everyone, this is Korean Community Manager here at Adamant with another last week in Pico episode. Pico is a Polygon ecosystem token. So, of course, that's what we're going to be talking about. It is Polygon. So as usual with the Pico episodes, this is going to be a short episode, roughly 15 to 20 minutes. And as usual, we're going to talk about Polygon SAND-MATIC first. The biggest news, maybe not the biggest news out of Polygon this past week, right? This is from December 13th to December 20th, is UniSwap's V3 contracts deployment on Polygon approved with 99.3% consensus. So this was yesterday's news, of course, and I always try to bring you the latest news despite what else may happen during the week. This is from Cointelegraph by Arjit Sarkar. The development of UniSwap V3 contracts will be supported by a $20 million fund for a long-term liquidity mining campaign and overall adoption of UniSwap on Polygon. 20 million, that is definitely some money. So the UniSwap community basically said that UniSwap V3 is going to go on Polygon. And if you know, right, UniSwap at the moment on Ethereum is way expensive. We're going to look at the gas costs just now. All right, this explains that UniSwap voted right. 72 million for, only 503,000 people against. In addition, 𝕬𝕬𝕝𝕬𝕬𝕬, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. The strongest DeFi ecosystem as well. This is their proposal. Okay. So what this means, right, is UniSwap does, I think, the majority of all trades in the crypto ecosystem at the moment, right? They are the biggest exchange. And from UniSwap, we got SushiSwap back in the day. And so them going to Polygon is going to mean that I think a lot more people will be going to UniSwap to trading. It might be bad for the Polygon dexes as well, because UniSwap is such a famous name that people might say, oh, okay, why would I trade on, this exchange instead of trading on UniSwap? Maybe I'm just guessing as well. So we're going to have to see what happens as well. So as usual with every story we cover in last week in Pico, it is going to be in the show notes. So please make sure you check there. All right, this episode should be up December 20th by the time you get into work on Monday morning, if you are working at this time anyway. Okay. And let's have a look at gas costs. So this is via Etherscan as well. You can have a look there. It shows, gas prices are pretty decent, but it shows like the biggest line here. You can look at UniSwap, right? A low gas fee, right? $31. That is almost 1,000 Taiwan dollars. That's enough for lunch and dinner for me for like 4 or 5 days. In some other countries, that's just crazy. And that is why I have stopped doing stuff on Ethereum, just because of gas fees. I won't pay anything unless it's under 10 bucks. And if Ethereum ever goes under $10 again, that will be a Christmas miracle, because it is almost Christmas, but I don't think it will be. So then it says UniSwap add remove LP, right? So if you're staking in UniSwap liquidity pools as well, again, somewhat expensive, and transferring ERC tokens cheap, okay, relatively cheap. Some people, depending on the country you are, might say that is expensive. And then you can see the top 50 gas guzzlers, right? As usual, not unexpected, OpenSea is the biggest user of gas, $2 million in Ethereum in the last 24 hours. And of course, number 2, UniSwap, right? $1.8 million in the last 24 hours. Tether, of course, is the biggest stablecoin, despite being, again, not financial advice, a bit questionable in regards to what constitutes their backing of Tether. And then this must be a whale of some kind, I imagine, transferring $100,000 of ETH. And then UniSwap V2, another $1.5 million. MetaMask as well. A Stromblock, I don't know what that is. OpenSea registering, this must be registering or minting NFTs. ENS, of course, is the sort of Ethereum web domain stuff. So all this stuff is using gas. And again, I can imagine other things moving to Polygon in the future. OpenSea is already on Polygon, but still a large majority of their traffic is via Ethereum. And again, if you're an NFT maker or minter or somebody who's releasing a collection, that's where all the money is. I remember seeing like the Polygon and Ethereum amounts when it comes to making money, or the amount of money spent in a particular ecosystem. It's like 10x or something like that. Okay. So that is it for MATIC Polygon. Let's move on to the next news item for today. So the next piece of news is, of course, is about Quickswap. The SAND-MATIC liquidity pool staking is now live. 500,000 SAND has been loaded and distribution has started. So I think some people probably have heard about SAND. SAND is one of those metaverse gaming sort of projects at the moment. Something really cool, a way for you to earn SAND while you're staking MATIC via Quickswap, of course. And I mean, why not, right? So if you have some MATIC, go to Quickswap and stake it. Again, not financial advice, but something maybe you can think about as a way to make better use of your MATIC. Now, if you're like me and you don't exactly know what SAND is, I just know it's about gaming, I know it's about the metaverse, and then we can go on to the Sandbox gaming website. It says the alpha is now open. Welcome to the Openverse, the Sandboxverse. Play, create, and own and govern a virtual metaverse made by players. This really reminds me of, so this is saying my network is wrong because I don't want to connect my wallet just now. This really reminds me of Roblox or Minecraft or that sort of stuff. So make your own worlds. This sort of, it looks really cool, right? Everyone is welcome to join the alpha, visit the amazing and unique virtual worlds created. You can access the alpha hub and 3 unique experiences. Alpha hub, get an alpha pass to access all the content of the alpha season and earn 1,000 SAND plus 3 NFTs. That's pretty cool. All right, raffle. Landowners can register for the raffle and get a chance to win an alpha pass. Daily contest, OpenSea. Anyone can buy an alpha pass on OpenSea if someone is willing to sell it. Wow, that is limited. On alpha pass and with alpha pass 1,000 SAND. Okay, very cool. Explore our best level. So this has got all sorts of cool gaming and that looks beautiful if I don't say so myself. Partnered with Snoop Dogg, of course, The Walking Dead, Adidas, the South China Morning Post, Care Bears, Atari, Roller Coaster Tycoon World, Hell's Kitchen, right? Gordon Ramsay, the Smurfs cartoon. Very cool. Discover the Sandbox. The Sandbox is a virtual metaverse where players can play, build, own, and monetize their own experiences. So a way for you to earn money. Create on your own land. NFTs, right? Of course, the latest hotness. Virtual tokens, right? You guys probably know what that is. I know you guys are smart. Why SAND? SAND is their utility token, of course. NFTs, liquidity mining. So you get to liquidity mining of SAND. Of course, that's what you're doing with Quickswap. Okay, and then there it is, right? They have all these social places. So this link will be down in the show notes. Something to think about. I might even think about doing this as well. Okay, so let's move on to our next story, of course. And our next story is about Swissborg. And they mentioned SAND. It's also about Aavegotchi as well. So it means that through Swissborg, you can sell your Aavegotchi and then get fiat. So it's got Swiss francs, euros, and Great British pounds as well. It mentions Sandbox as well and Decentraland. So they've invested or really taken a big jump in terms of the metaverse. So if you're trying to convert your crypto into real money, right? So you can spend that in a store somewhere in whatever country you're living in. Swissborg is a place to do it. I guess if you're in Switzerland, though, I'm pretty sure they're in quite a few European countries as well. And that's always a good thing. Like for me, there's only one place I use in Taiwan, which is a place called MaiCoin, where I can sort of convert, but I can't even convert all my crypto because if I want to sell things like, and again, not financial advice, if you want to sell things like Avalanche, right? Avalanche is not supported by my fiat converter in Taiwan. I'd have to sell it, then convert it into USDC or USDT, and then sell it here in Taiwan, which is kind of irritating and a little bit complicated. So I'm hoping a lot more of these like functions or organizations pop up around the world that make it easier for you to convert your maybe not so much of a mainstream crypto into cash when you want to convert it into cash. Okay, let's have a look at what Swissborg is. They have their own token as well. Invest in crypto the smart way. Buy, sell, and exchange currencies with 16 fiats, including, of course, the main ones, the euro for the Eurozone. And let's click I agree over here. And, oh, they have $1.56 billion in value, 500,000 euros, 915 unique crypto assets and trading pairs. That's pretty big. Invest with the best tools, smart engine, portfolio analytics. That's really cool. So of course you get to have yield with their token. I think most sort of these kind of platforms have this kind of stuff where you get to put it in and you get to earn something in return. Boost your daily rewards with innovative CHSB yield 2.0. That's really cool. And these all the countries supported and the pairs. Very cool. Oh, and very nice. Oh, they do South African rands as well. And if they saw Taiwanese dollars, I might have been considered that, but I did not see Taiwanese dollars anywhere over here. All right. And there's the token, staking, premium benefits, 0 fees on transactions. Binance, for example, right? Because I'm a Binance user, they just give you discounts, but it's definitely not 0 fees. Protect and burn mechanism. So they burn tokens, of course, decreasing supply, which theoretically should bump up the price. And these are, of course, people who are using it and are really happy, the press, and then their socials on the bottom. Okay, that is it for them. Let's move on to our next piece of news, which is about Adamant. So Adamant, again, not much of big news, but again, another way for you to leverage your Adamant Addy or whatever else. In this case, if you have Crow or ELK, has been deployed in Cronos. Cronos is the crypto.com chain. You're going to get 672% APY. And let's have a look at what is ELK Finance. So ELK Finance, it's got their whole bunch of chains, right? It says where all chains meet. Very cool. 130 assets available to trade and farm. No impermanent loss. I wonder how they get that. So impermanent loss is kind of difficult to explain, but it's sort of a loss you get between the prices because of a difference in buying and selling. Yes, I will do a video on this so you guys can understand more, because I don't want to tell you guys the wrong thing. But impermanent loss it's something you can experience when you're doing liquidity staking, like for example in Binance, where I did USD and CHR, and I lose money because of the way the prices are changing. All right, 369% average APR across all chains. That is awesome. All fees to LP providers, because usually like exchanges like Binance, they take it away from you. All right, the ELK blockchain enables fast, safe, cheap, and trustless cross-chain value exchange across all blockchains. And we aim to break down barriers between chains, make it so that you no longer have to think about what chain you're on. That is very cool. All right, definitely this is something to look at their white paper and to see how it's done. All right, total transfers done 100. All right, total unique users 20,000 users. So don't really have a huge amount of users. And I wish I could see what their TVL is. And maybe we should look at the dashboard just now. This explains how impermanent loss is done. Dynamic farming. Emissions targets are used to adjust reward dynamically in each chain at the start of each farming round. Proxy tokens, CHFT, roadmap. So done. So Q4 chain expansion, IOTX, Arbitrum, Optimism, proxy tokens, upgrade AlkNet, join the herd. All right, let's have a look and see what the dashboard actually says for this, and see what is ELK Finance all about. 20,000 unique users. Total transfers 34,000. Total transferred 9.68 million. Fees in a day. Ooh, wow. 18 million moved across chains. So that is impressive. Total market cap's almost about 6.6 million. Price average 1.91. Very, very cool. Maybe this is something I should definitely sort of save and have a look at it at a later stage. Okay, so ELK Finance, very cool project that's sort of linking all these blockchains together. And let's move on to DFYN. So DFYN, as usual, very similar to Addy. They have, do you know, DFYN farms are currently yielding the best APRs on Polygon. Check them out now on DFYN Exchange, which is what we're going to do at the moment. So DFYN ecosystem farms, NEOX, USDC, right? 160% APR, 315%. These are pretty good. I mean, a lot better than what you'd get on centralized exchanges for a lot of the stuff here. Shiba and Ethereum, that's actually pretty good. And yeah, I think definitely very impressive. Let's check out because I checked out the farms, right? I wanted to check out the single asset farms, which is what I prefer to do. But these are all full, so we can't take advantage of that at the moment. And let's look at the popular farms. Ooh, UST, USDT, 20% APR. So I guess these are stablecoin farms. So of course, the APR is lower. DFYN, USDC, 120%. That's pretty good. DFYN ETH. All right, wrapped to Bitcoin, Ethereum, 30%. Not bad at all, definitely. Okay, and let's move on to QiDao. So this week, QiDao protocol launched on Harmony Protocol. Are you ready to borrow some MAI there? Are you all set for the one experience? If that's not the case, we have a guide for you. Okay, very cool for QiDao. I think even regular crypto people like myself, you probably heard of Harmony Protocol. So it says, Harmony is a blockchain that tries to solve the issue that Ethereum mainnet faces, achieving a satisfying degree of balance between decentralization and scalability. The main focus of the chain, right, are made of a high transaction throughput, speed, and energy efficiency. This is done by highly leveraging sharding of validators that would be grouped to process transactions simultaneously, right? So putting a whole bunch of transactions together and processing these group of transactions at the same time. So this guide sort of explains to you how to get started on Harmony, how to add it to MetaMask, which is something that always irritates me to do. And this talks about bridging multichain.org, so bridging your MAI from MATIC to the one or Harmony chain, right? And then after you've done that, DeFi on Harmony as well. 64 million TVL is pretty good. And you got the MAI and Vibra polls, and you got 4,000% APR. That is crazy impressive. I gotta say that much. Yeah, very cool. DeFi Kingdom, that is really nice. MAI Finance and Harmony. Really, really cool. So Harmony, definitely something, if you are a QiDao holder or a MAI holder, 4,000% APR is definitely something you cannot go wrong with, okay? So that is it for today's Last Week in Pico, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Things to keep an eye out for this week. I have somebody to do a podcast with. He's an analyst for a company that he doesn't want to name, but he wants to talk about why he believes whales are sort of bearing the market down or keeping the market flat. It's an interesting theory, and again, not financial advice. So if we can get him done this week, that would be great. Otherwise, I will try to organize another interview before everybody goes on holiday here. But I really appreciate you guys' support. Please don't forget to subscribe on the podcast, subscribe on YouTube, hit that notification item, and I will see you guys later on during the week. Okay, take care, guys.